Hey everybody, what's up? My name is Mike, aka Rickshaw, and welcome to Worship and Tribute Nerd. Today we're talking about some Spider-Man, and today we have with us,
I'm Juan.
Mikey.
And Richard.
Richard is a returning champion, and so is Juan. Today we're in my new office. It's going to be slowly redecorated in the background, and it's a big, nice room for us to talk shit very loudly. What do you guys think about the room?
All right, I like it actually. I like the new setup. It's cleaner.
It's cleaner.
I'm new to this, so it's whatever.
You could walk around barefoot in here and not get infections.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so
Is that a problem in the last space?
Yeah. Whoa.
So Spider-Man comes out next week, and we're all pretty excited. And what does anyone have to say about it? Just starting off, what are your expectations?
Expectations. First off, obviously. Well, not obviously. I really hope there's a multiverse. I really hope they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
They say that in their trailer, but you know how they always try to fuck with you. You're like, oh, we're gonna say this, and then they do something different. I hope they're not fucking with us on this one. I really want to see a multiverse. It opens up a lot of other things. I'll get into later. But the multiverse is the one thing that I really hope that's not a red herring to throw us off.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think?
I don't think it'll be a red herring necessarily, but it might be just like Mysterio being Mysterio and like fucking with everybody's
True, but I really hope not, because
consciousness and making them think that there's like multiple universes and shit going on when it's really just him
Maybe.
playing tricks.
I'm really stoked for it. But yeah, I'm just like, where's this going to go? Because with all the trailers that have been come out, it's like Mysterio's like a good guy.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, where are they going with this?
And I like Jake. Jake Gyllenhaal is a good guy.
He's an A-lister though, so you
Yeah.
know.
Right,
Donnie
well-
Darko.
If an A-lister starts out good, you know
Yeah.
he's gonna be the villain by the end of the
True.
movie.
True.
The only thing I want to say about Jake Gyllenhaal is, like, I love most of his movies, but I was the most disappointed in Prince of Persia. That was like the most disappointed. That was like probably the most disappointed thing of
Fair
that
enough.
year. I was like, Prince of Persia's gonna be so good.
Okay, that's where you're
And
wrong.
then I watched it, and I was like, where's this going? Where's this going? Where's this going? How come every 20 minutes I'm thinking, where's this movie going?
Yeah.
I admit I didn't watch it, and the reason is because 90% of video game movies suck. So, I
true
really
that.
did like Prince of Persia. That was a very good game. I didn't want to tarnish my.
I don't know.
my
I
vision.
enjoyed the movie it's because it was stupid fun.
I haven't seen Assassin's Creed. I'm not going to watch that movie. I really don't want to.
I'm pretty easy to
It
entertain,
was like
though.
brainless fun, though.
Yeah, that's
what-
okay.
But it's like a time
There's
travel
like-
thing. You're
Yeah,
supposed
but
to be
Prince of
smart.
Persia is a sick game, though,
Yeah,
man.
it was
That
smart.
story was good.
It was smart. The
Yeah.
movie was not smart. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It was like, it couldn't even be a story.
I can really
You had
enjoy
one job to make
most-
sense.
You had one job, you couldn't even do that.
I can really enjoy most things. It's very rare that I'm just like, man, I can't deal with this. A shining example of that was not Bumblebee, but Transformers: The Last Night
Oh, right.
was just hot trash.
Yeah.
And every Transformer movie up to that, I was like, yeah, this is okay. I can have fun with this. But then that one was just like,
You're
the
like that.
fuck?
I like the
you're
first
like that
one.
little meme with the dog and everything's burning around him, and he's
everything's
like,
fine.
"This
This
is
is
fine."
fine.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm like, I'm good with this. It's whatever.
Which is funny because if you know Mikey, he hates everything. He does.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Unless it's movies.
I just see you being like like a kickboxing training, and somebody's like caning your shins, and you're just like, "This is fine." Gah, harder.
Anyway, let's get back to Spider-Man.
Sorry.
Is that the
Enough
new
about
50
me.
Shades
What?
sequel?
50 Shades of Mikey.
Sorry.
Grossing me out. Grossing me out, man.
Oh, you don't want to see that? Come on, man.
No, you're
So anyway, we're just talking about Spider-Man,
All right,
right?
yeah. Back to topic.
So we're talking about Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about
Oh,
Spider-Man.
I'll tell you the thing that I really want to happen. This is not going to happen. I'm telling you, this is not going to happen. But holy shit, would this be cool? If there is a multiverse, and if they get Tobey Maguire to come back
I actually read that he's credited in the
Oh
he's
my
in the
God.
movie, so he's like a cameo or something.
Okay, if they can bring him and Andrew Garfield back into this movie somehow. I don't like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I don't.
Okay.
But
Seems like a cool guy though.
But if you
All
could
right, yeah, I give him that. Yeah.
if you could tie all
He
of
wasn't
that
worse or
together
better
into the
than it.
multiverse, that would make sense. It'd give Sam Raimi the high five that he deserves, because holy shit, were those good movies. Spider-Man 4, should want it. I don't care. You know, let this go on. Let Tom Holland do his thing. But I show on Spider-Man 4, damn it. I want Sam Raimi.
Did you know?
That'd
Did you
be
know
cool,
that recently Marvel posted a thing and it was a teaser and it said 4, and then the webbing was was in the style of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
So that's actually
everyone freaked out and they were like, "Oh my god, is Spider-Man 4 happening? Or are we gonna get a comic book that is like Spider-Man 4 or something?" The next day, 3.
Yeah, it was just a count. Yeah, I remember that.
Like, oh my god, what the hell? Do you guys know what it was in the end?
What was it? No, I don't know.
It was J.J. Abrams and his
Son, that's right.
are gonna write a Spider-Man
Yep.
comic.
I did read that.
So that's pretty cool, but it's not like 4 and then the whole world goes, "Oh my god."
Yeah, that was
Toby?
like come on.
Toby?
You could have started with like another number.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
like
they had
5.
They knew what
Or
they
10.
were fucking doing with that. Like it was like intentional.
3.
Like
Right.
this will
Maybe
get
number
people's
4.
attention on this.
See, I saw that, and that's what got me all excited, but I didn't know about any of the other stuff. So
Right. It was pretty lackluster.
Maybe it's the
Shucks.
pessimist in me, but I was just like, I bet it's a countdown.
like I said, the man finds no joy. I guess if you find no joy, you can find no hate. Like always in the middle. It's like, ugh, I feel nothing.
Yeah, there you go.
Good.
There we go. I feel nothing.
All right, so past Spider-Man movies. I know that we just got into the Spider-Verse, and that was pretty fucking awesome. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, it is on
today.
Netflix.
Yeah, check it out.
Oh, I love. That's honestly, I think it's my favorite Spider-Man movie. I'm gonna go out and say it's my favorite one.
It's hard to say, but because Toby.
Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man
Word.
2.
Spider-Man 2.
I mean, come on.
is-
Y'all can
Yeah,
talk.
but also
the
Spider-Man
shit.
3.
People can talk.
What?
Well,
I still liked Spider-Man 3, but
Oh,
I get
liked
why
it,
people didn't like it.
Yeah.
but Spider-Man 2.
I enjoyed parts of it. It was just, I didn't like Venom
Right.
in that movie. It was bad.
Which is really
They
sad.
rushed it.
But other than that, it was pretty all
Some
right.
more mic up on you, Mike. There you go.
Oh, no. Hang on a minute. I'll work on it. You guys talk amongst yourselves for a
You want
second.
to hold the beer? You got it?
Hold my beer.
Yeah, for me, it's Spider-Man 2, Homecoming, and Into the Spider-Verse. That's like,
Well,
Yeah.
Spider-Man 1 has a really special place in my heart because that's the first
Spider-Man
one
is pretty
that
good.
showed
Willem
me.
Dafoe.
Well, it showed me
That's
that it's
true.
fun. You
That
could
show
do a
is
good comic book movie using the characters in their costumes, acting the way that the
Yeah.
supposed to, you know?
yeah, because like I think before that it was like X-Men, and they were like, we don't want to do the
Yeah,
costumes.
and we had
like,
Punisher, and we had
yeah.
other ones and stuff, and it was
and then
just
Spider-Man, they were just like, we're gonna go
we're just gonna go there.
all
Yeah.
in, like.
And I'm glad it was Sam Raimi too, because I
Yeah.
mean, he's the type of guy that would buy in all in like that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? He's that guy.
And Spider-Man 1 was great. It was fun, but I think that just he like really hit a stride with Spider-Man 2.
I would agree with you.
Like he took what he did in the first one and just
Well, Spider-Man
ran
2
with
was
it.
like the first time that we saw that it sucks being Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, he can't function. And he's just like,
he's
oh,
like has to
fuck
work and
Yeah,
Yeah, trying to
he's
pay
fired.
bills.
He's fired. He's
broke.
Like, man.
Trying to get laid.
And he's like Peter Parker himself is just such a like nice, timid guy that's just like, I don't know. I'm trying. Like the saddest thing in the world is like whenever he's sitting there thinking about being Spider-Man, and he's like, every person that I love gets hurt because of what I do, and he's like, should I keep doing this? I like saw a clip of it earlier and was like, that's so sad. Spider-Man.
Like that's one of the few. I mean, barring the X-Men, but that's also because what I know in the comic books, and the newer ones do hit on this. But it kind of sucks to be a mutant.
Yeah.
It's not a cool thing
Right.
to do, you know.
yeah.
But they do their thing anyway.
I mean, yeah, it does suck, but you kill everyone if you wanted. That's the problem.
True. So it kind of sucks for everybody else too if they're not a mutant.
It's like if I was a mutant, somebody's like, "Hey, get out of here, mutie."
Like,
What you say?
Yeah.
Pardon me?
I feel like I'd be a villain.
Yeah, I know. I'd have to stop you.
See, and there you go.
For me,
Now we're getting somewhere. Okay.
before Homecoming, Spider-Man 2
Let's
to
play
me
this
was
out.
like the pinnacle of like Spider-Man movies because it had like I like the idea of when the hero has to really be like a hero and sacrifices a bit of himself, I guess you could say, for like the betterment. So like the train scene when he just
Yeah.
gets his ass handed to him trying to stop the train. I love that scene.
And they
that was
recreated
like
that
the
scene
best.
in every other Spider-Man movie that's been every other reboot. You
It's
realize
kind of
that? You realize that?
Yeah,
get it.
I so many people talked about the Amazing Spider-Man when it
They
first
did
came
it.
out, and I
They
watched
did
it and was just like, dude, I'm not feeling this at all. This
Me
is
either,
kind of
man.
whack.
Just,
Like,
kinda whack.
I mean, Emma Stone's hot, but that's about all I
Right.
got from it.
You know what, Andrew Garfield, he's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a pretty decent.
But
Yeah, I thought he made a pretty decent Spider-Man, but the movie as like a whole just didn't click with me at all.
Yeah.
I don't like I
Felt
don't
like
like
fan fiction or something.
his
Yeah.
snarky attitude. No, don't get me wrong. Peter Parker does have that snarky attitude, but he gets a little bit later on in life. Having it, I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember that much about it because
He was just kind of too cool, too, also.
yeah, he was just a little too cool for school.
Cool, yeah.
And Peter Parker's kind of a nerd.
Yeah, like I think that's what Tobey Maguire really captured in the movies was he was like,
But there are versions of Peter Parker where he's not that nerdy. But
yeah,
he's
but it's
always
like when
kinda
he's like an
awkward.
adult.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
That's what I
like
was
adult
thinking.
Spider-Man's like
Dude.
much cooler.
Yeah.
What if they did like a version in the MCU where they introduce new Spider people and like Andrew Garfield is like the Scarlet Spider or something like that? That would be pretty interesting. to
See,
be
I
like,
mean, I'm cool with that. I
he
want
could
them
be
to do
Spider-Man
stuff.
again in another sense. You know what I mean?
He can be Spider-Ham.
Or in a multiverse.
Spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to
Isn't it?
confess, I
Make me
haven't seen that movie yet.
Which one?
Into the Spider-Verse.
You have not?
I have not
Wow.
yet, yeah.
Wow, dude.
It's real good.
It's good. It's
I
really
know.
good.
I keep meaning to watch it, but it's like me trying to get my wife and
My
me
wife.
into the same like space to watch a movie is near impossible at times.
Well, your wife likes that kind of stuff, though. She was in.
Yeah.
so.
She totally supports my nerddom, I guess you could say.
My wife supports it, and as she doesn't indulge it, she's
Right,
like,
yeah,
you do
yeah.
what you want. I don't care.
No, my wife totally indulges it. She's just
Yeah,
like,
no.
yeah.
Audrey's like, whatever.
I knew I needed to marry this one when she was like, let's go to Comic-Con. And I was like, I love you.
I love you. No, I was talking to my comics. I
I know. Way to ruin our podcast. Way to ruin our video.
was talking to my comics.
Talking about love and shit. I love my wife.
Anyways, god damn it, you fucking nerds. Anyways, where were we at? So what else? What else with Spider-Man? What do you think is really up with Mysterio?
I think that it's pretty. I mean, I think it's gonna have to be kind of obvious, though, right? I mean, he comes in. Oh, look at this elemental. I'm gonna help you with it. More than likely, he's the one in charge of the elementals. He's the one that's doing the thing. He's a illusionist, man. I mean, that's what he does.
I mean, he could be telling the truth, but he's still the bad guy in where he's from. You know what I mean? Or something like
You think that's the case? He's the bad guy from
Let's keep ripping.
that.
Yeah, sorry.
like his, as they say in the trailers, his world.
Oh, right. I think that the multiverse is going to be like straight up just the multiverse because, Nick Fury's like, we tore a hole in our reality because of the snap. Okay. This is one sentence that opens it up to so many other Marvel comics in any way at all. You know what I mean?
Please just
Yeah.
bring it.
It's
Like, you can take that and run with it.
right. You could
Any
introduce
which way you want.
anyone you want. You could introduce Superman if you want.
Yeah. Tore a hole in our universe. huh?
Right. I mean, it's another reality. But fucking Batman.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, how would they get the whole like Marvel versus DC to happen? Wouldn't that be a good way to do
Yeah,
it?
that would be a good
First,
way to do it.
well, no. First,
First
you
of all,
have,
DC's already getting their ass kicked.
yeah. We need to get DC up to snuff, and they can do it. DC, please, listen to us.
Come back. We're looking for a comeback.
I want you to do well. I
Cheering
want
for
to
you,
love
just
your
like
movies.
in Rocky.
Yeah, man. I watch them all. I go there opening day. Yeah, I talk shit because they suck. Don't make shitty movies. I mean, I'm gonna go either way. That's
They
what I'm
don't all
saying.
suck.
They don't all suck. Wonder Woman was good. I liked Wonder Woman quite a bit.
Some of them are
actually.
like okay.
Shazam was pretty badass.
I haven't seen Shazam.
like
I need to watch that.
I haven't seen.
Have you seen
Shazam.
Shazam?
The first.
Pretty badass.
I just
Man,
recently watched Aquaman.
I
Like
haven't seen Aquaman yet.
not that long ago.
I
That
would
was
rather
pretty good.
unwatch Aquaman and watch Shazam a little bit more.
I really enjoyed Aquaman. I had fun with that movie.
Yeah, because you're a metal dude and you don't
What
care.
the hell? Is...
You're like used to filling Selma.
Look, man, just because me and Jason Momoa share a metal brotherhood doesn't mean
That's all.
anything.
Jason Momoa is just the Phil Anselmo of movies.
Wow.
Damn it. That's pretty fucked up.
That hurt. The kid. I remember when the kid first was Game of Thrones.
Wow.
I feel like your age demographic watching these videos are gonna have no fucking idea who Phil Anselmo is.
Nope.
Oh.
No idea. Nope.
Well, we're going to have to market it towards
Be
old dudes
surprised.
then.
Yes.
Just,
Check out Pantera, guys. Good band.
just
Don't listen to the other
it'd be
ones.
funny to be like, I've been thinking about this all wrong. I'm going to start adding old metal dudes. And then we just blow up.
Hashtag old metal dudes.
Yeah. Hey, this guy makes a show for us.
For us.
This is badass.
Why do you have to have that accent?
This makes me feel nothing.
That was
I
Rob
like that.
Zombie. Man, this went off the rails.
Yeah, they usually do.
Sometimes you got to riff, man. You got to riff on it.
Back on track.
Where were we at with Spider?
Go with it.
We were talking about.
Well,
We were talking about Mysterio and the
Yes,
multiverse,
that's right. Yes,
in
yes,
the
yes.
multiverse. Also, okay, so I just read also that
Sorry.
Sony just said that they are down. So we have we have 2 solo movies by Spider-Man and a bunch of cameos, right? Sony just said they would like to have up to 9 solo films, like just as a company in the MCU.
wow.
So we're gonna get Spider-Man being like the main Avenger, pretty much, and that's pretty exciting to me.
Well, yeah, that makes sense though.
Right.
I mean, honestly, for him to carry on the mantle of Iron Man in a way,
Spoilers.
That would make sense. I mean, it might be a spoiler. I mean, fuck, I don't know. Who knows?
Right.
You know, I mean, it hasn't happened yet. We'll see. Oh, you mean about that part?
Yeah.
Oh, it was in the trailer.
Yeah, I guess in
man.
the trailer spoiled themselves,
If
I
you-
guess.
Right.
I'm sorry if you haven't seen any by now.
Yeah.
Sucks for you. Get the program. Go watch it.
It's probably been spoiled somewhere else.
Yeah,
Like a restaurant menu or something.
yeah. Some guy dies. I'm not gonna say who, but his name starts with.
I think I'll have the Tony Stark is dead
Rhymes with-
burger.
Rhymes
What the
with
heck?
Bart.
Can we talk about Homecoming for just a second?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah. I
Homecoming.
love that.
I love that they took, like, to at least in my mind, what was like such a B-list or even lower villain in Vulture and made him a fucking badass
To me,
in that movie.
I think that was a statement because Sam Raimi wanted the Vulture in Spider-Man 3, I think, wasn't it? Or was
Yeah.
it 4?
There was
Oh,
talks.
4. No, yeah, 4.
Well, either way, he was
Was it really?
pushing hard for the Vulture, and the studio's like, shut it down, to the point where he's like, you know what, I'm out, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore. If you guys aren't going to buy into what I want to do, then I don't want to do it. I am glad that whenever they decided to reboot it, it was like, you know what, yeah, Sam Raimi, you're right, we're going to do the Vulture, because he's that badass.
I mean, it's very, like, it diverges way far from what he actually is in the comic books.
Right.
But
Well,
it was
But I
still
feel like-
awesome.
I feel like there's a secret phone at the movie companies that just says Michael Keaton on it, and whenever they're like, what villain can we get that might like kickstart the company a little bit, and they're like, just use the phone, and then Michael Keaton's like, I'll do it.
Or he just doesn't answer.
Right.
Either or.
Or he's like, you want a Zag Nut?
Is the phone okay? Is the phone black and white striped, or is the phone black and gold?
It's black and white.
For the kids at home
with a
watching,
Batman
this is
emblem.
a Beetlejuice reference.
Tight.
Dude, Beetlejuice is like seriously one of my favorite movies
It's
ever.
and it's the best Tim Burton movie ever
You
made.
want a dog?
Come at me.
I think
Come at
the
me.
things that
I'm thinking.
Come
I'm
at
thinking.
me.
the one thing about Beetlejuice that's always like blown my mind is like, did they come up with most of the gags on set, or was Tim Burton seriously just like writing all these weirdo like lines like, "Hey, you want a Zag Nut?"
I think a lot of it was his improv.
Yeah, I just want to. That's what I, at least in my brain, want to think is that it's just Michael Keaton off the cuff, just doing his thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, you see Multiplicity. He does that a little bit too
Oh, yeah,
there.
yeah.
Multiplicity is a really underrated movie.
That's a good
man.
movie.
Oh, I love that
movie. So maybe it's not underrated. Maybe it's really well regarded. I don't know.
I mean, I thought it was fucking awesome.
I love it. Apparently, you guys love it too. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's
No, that's
not.
good. I just maybe not a lot of people have.
You know, right now I know that everyone's into Keanu, but how come we've never had like this moment with Michael Keaton and been like, "Fucking Michael Keaton"?
I don't know. I think that like he's done stuff that's like.
kinda-
Yeah, he like
I think.
he like
I mean,
Has he?
I'm trying to think, but
Well,
I
he
think
also
he's,
just
I
like
mean, he hooked up
keeps
with
to
Vicky Vale.
himself. I think
he like
outside
pops
of-
up on the map for like a short period because you had like Birdman, like was like this huge thing,
Yeah.
and then he did Vulture and Homecoming, and then he just kind of
apparently
dropped off the map
Vulture
again.
is supposed to return in the new movie too.
Well,
like,
I mean,
at least
like-
a
really?
cameo.
honestly though, we're talking about Keanu Reeves. He's like on a Mr. Rogers level. All right. I mean,
Well, no,
He's on a
no,
different
no,
level,
no,
man.
No.
I mean,
Let's talk
he's
about
he's
this
getting there.
for a
He's
second.
definitely getting there.
Let's talk about this for a second.
And
You
Bob
remember a
Ross.
point in time where everybody's like, "Keanu's a terrible actor," but he's like, you know,
Oh, yeah.
kicks
oh,
ass.
dude, I would fight people for that.
Oh yeah, there was so many
No.
people
There
hated
wasn't-
Keanu Reeves for the longest time.
But you know what though? You know what? I will tell you this: Keanu
right.
Reeves is not a good actor. He's not. He plays Keanu Reeves.
Right.
And guess what? Whenever you want Keanu Reeves to be in your movie, you write a role for Keanu Reeves, and guess what? He goes in there and he fucking
And
John
he
Wick's the
shoots
shit.
or he
guns.
writes the role for himself.
Or yeah, I mean, he knows what he's good at, and on top of that, he's really generous with what he does. He's generous with his time. He's generous with his
money.
actions, and he's.
He
I
doesn't
mean,
put his hands on females.
That's the best. I love those
I know.
pictures. He's just like,
he looks like Jesus on all of them. He's just like, "Come to me, my children."
I love it. Anyway,
All
but
right.
I was saying that I don't think Michael Keaton has like the, like outside of his body of work.
Yeah, he doesn't have the cult of personality.
Like he kind of like nobody really says anything about Michael Keaton outside of acting. Whereas
Yeah, I guess
Keanu
that's
Reeves,
true.
like people like
It's like, oh, dude,
want
I
to know
saw
what
him
he's
riding
doing
his-
in his day-to-day life.
Yeah, I saw him ride his motorcycle, and I said hi, and he's like, "Sup," and he drove off, and it was the coolest day ever.
But yeah, people should realize Michael Keaton's pretty badass.
But yeah, Michael Keaton is badass.
Yeah, I
he was
like
the
him, I
best
like him.
Batman. Just saying. I know.
Oh,
you know,
Me and Rabbit have this
That's
talk
another
all
video, my
the
friend.
time.
why you think you like old boy Adam
we don't need to
West?
talk about that right now.
You like Adam
I'm not-
West? Is that what it is?
I'm not getting into that. First of all, I don't want to destroy you all.
As I'm a
No, no.
pretty big
No, we
Batman
should
fan.
have-
I don't
We're
know.
gonna
George
have a
Clooney
Batman
was
talk.
really good.
Okay,
Not not
this-
today.
I better be back on this for that.
This month, Batman turns 30. We'll do a discussion.
We're gonna do
We'll
a Batman one though.
discussion.
No, it's happening.
Yeah, and
Because-
and one of the things we're gonna talk about is why isn't there a theater release of
Yeah, that's pretty fucked
There
up.
was.
when?
Of Batman?
Yeah, it was at the movie. Hey, I don't know if we can say this. Can we
Yeah,
drop?
just say it. Whatever.
Alamo Draft House. It was at the Alamo. I saw it
When?
like a week or two ago.
No,
shit.
it wasn't.
I'm being serious.
I know they
dude.
did Beetlejuice when its 30th came out.
I know, but I've been trying to pay attention to this.
I'm
And-
I'm pretty sure I saw it there. Like I didn't go watch it, but it was
Because I remember
showing.
looking, and then it was like March or something, and I was like, why would they do it in March if June was the?
Nah,
actual
it was like
movie?
this month. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could be wrong. I've
If
been wrong
so,
about
then
other
I'm gonna
stuff.
be mad. Just saying at you, one.
Why
you
would you be mad at me?
specifically.
Look at the website, bro.
Don't call me bro.
Look at the website,
You bro me, bro?
dude.
I better be back on that Batman one. That's
All right,
all
You're
I'm
gonna be
saying.
bad. I mean,
Okay, so favorite Spider-Man. Everyone go.
Tom Holland.
Yeah, Tom Holland for sure.
I'm only gonna say for sure because Toby's like a dude. Like, honestly, in my mind, they're like fighting to the death, and Toby.
See, I'm not sure with
Tom
those
Holland.
like with Spider-Man 2, there's a lot of things that I love about that movie, but I think a lot of that is more not necessarily Tobey Maguire, and it's more Sam Raimi.
Well, I
Yeah.
remember that movie with Toby that I
Toby's
saw him. What was that?
Well, yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Pleasantville. Remember Pleasantville?
Pleasantville's great.
And how, I mean, so a lot of that and how that guy was kind of awkward and kind of weird and kind of so I mean, when I watched Spider-Man, that's who I was picturing was that same guy. So, you know, to me it was a little different because of that. I was just watching that and I knew already a little bit of Toby. So I was like, oh yeah, this guy is from Pleasantville. Da, da, da.
Yeah, like so I love Tom Holland and he's doing an awesome job.
He's doing a great job.
And you could tell that he just loves being Spider-Man. I've watched like him going to like charity events and doing backflips and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Have you seen him tap dance?
Oh, seen him tap dance.
No, I'm
Tap
straight,
dance.
man. It's cool.
Shut up.
Oh man.
Anyways,
am
like
too.
so I love Tom Holland, but like the thing that we haven't seen in the MCU yet is him being like adult Spider-Man who knows what the fuck's going on. So
Or his wife sucking.
I always think of Toby because like there's some moments Toby gets whenever he was Spider-Man where you're like, damn, he's badass. Like especially one thing I could think of is like whenever he fights Harry, like he's like he has the ring and he's gonna go ask Mary Jane to like marry him or something in Spider-Man 3 and they get in a fight. Like he catches him as the Goblin on like that surfboard glider. And they have a fight, and then Toby ends up like clotheslining his ass, and then he like falls, he like jumps down there, and he's like, I was like, man, Toby just like murdered his friend.
That's what's cool about his acting, though. He's a good actor. No, and so is Tom Holland. I mean, and I feel bad about Andrew Garfield. I mean, I'm sorry, dude. You didn't have a lot to work with.
Yeah.
You didn't have a lot to work
Yeah.
with. It's not your
But,
fault.
you
You're a
know,
good actor.
like,
But
you know, it was still cool. Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
I liked your SNL too. That was a good
yeah, yeah.
I think that Tom Holland fits really well in the Marvel universe. Like for
Yeah.
what it is and what's happening, like he fit perfectly for that. And he's a great Spider-Man. As a standalone Spider-Man, I think Tobey Maguire is my favorite.
I respect that.
But I think my number one all-time favorite Spider-Man is Jack Black. MTV Movie
Yeah.
Awards. Y'all remember that?
My hands are all sicky and hairy. No change
change.
there.
Favorite Spider-Man all time.
Wow, bringing it back. Wasn't like him and Justin Timberlake like guest hosting that year or
something
something?
like that.
Man, that was old school.
I just remember that cold open was awesome.
I'm old.
That's good.
We are old. So if you're old and like metal, check us out.
All right, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Next week, Spider-Man comes out. We'll probably talk about it after we see it, and we'll tell you if we like it or hate it. Leave us some comments or subscribe, whatever. Do all that stuff. All right, see you later, nerds.